got a lot of discuss going on. Last week, we had a big week. We had the heads of state here. We had a number of major announcements on new initiatives, including these sort of multi-partner ones of countries, of the business community, academia coming together around methane reductions, around halting and then reversing deforestation. We also had a lot of countries coming forward themselves with new commitments on ambition, their 2030 targets, their net zero targets, or also on finance. So we had a lot of momentum last week. This week, what we go into is really deep into the negotiations. We're also starting, America is also a bit of a wild west on what you do about this, but I'll warn you if you haven't seen already, there is a number of people who are starting to get COVID here. So the whole social distance. So this isn't one of those COPs like the Paris conference where people came out and celebrated and said this was a great success, champagne popping, we've shifted the world. What we're looking for here, I think, is really making sufficient progress on these key issues of reducing emissions, the finance and solidarity package, making enough progress and showing a clear way forward to continue to close the gaps we have. So it's different. It's more about, do we make enough progress? And I think one of the big things that's shifted from week one. Week one, we actually got a lot of announcements on the ambition around reducing emissions, different partnerships trying to sort of transform the economy and really reduce emissions. That's great. So this week, I think what we really need to see is that what we call the solidarity package comes together, finance to support developing countries on adaptation and resilience, to help them manage loss and damage, a clear process forward, an acknowledgement that this is happening and that we need to address it as a global community.
How are you?
Then other rules of the game. How do we make international carbon markets work? How do we actually ensure transparency and accountability for what countries are putting forward on their own ambition and on their finance? So those are the things that really need to be the focus now, because we've gotten quite far on the mitigation, the emissions reduction agenda in week one. So now it's more about accountability, finance, support.